Welcome back to my channel, and today it is my birthday. I am turning 27 years old. Isn't that crazy? I know, shocking. And ironically, perfect timing, my Barbie X Frankie doll arrived in the mail, and I am so excited. I have been looking forward to this doll all year. I am a Frankie stan, as you guys may know, and I really love vintage Barbies, so this was a collab made for me. This is also going to be the first video that I'm doing with my new backdrop. Don't mind that it's a bit dark right now. I am going to be adding my other lights back, so hopefully it's not that much of a distraction, but you can see my iconic new striped wall in the back. Ooh, and I am excited for this room. It's looking great. Now, I bought an ungodly amount of Frankies. The other ones will be delivered through Amazon. Their pre-order comes up next month. And I have so many plans for this doll. One thing you're actually going to see probably at the end of this week, so make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell notification because it's a makeover worth waiting for. This is Frankie's latest G1 doll. The last one that came out was in 2023, ironically when I moved to this house right here. So I have been having G1 Frankie withdrawals for about 2 years now, guys. So let me have this moment. And it's also my birthday, so woo!
Anyways,
let's look at her outer box real quickly, and then we can get into the inside of her box, which looks so cool.
On the top of the box, there is a Barbie logo, and it is metallic and shiny. Ooh, brighter than my future. Below that is a stock photo of the Frankie doll that is inside of this box, but you already knew that because you clicked on this video. On one side, it has an 80th anniversary Mattel logo with Barbie Frankie in solo in the spotlight, and the other side just says Barbie. If I flip the box to the back, there is a full-blown illustration of Frankie looking forward, wearing the sunglasses, and I think this would be a really great poster opportunity.
Okay guys, now that we pretty much looked at the outer box, let's open the flaps and see what this Frankie is looking like. I'm so nervous because I don't know if she's wonky or not. Let's do it. So with first glance, it looks like she's actually looking really good, so I'm very excited about that. I absolutely love the inside of her box. On the side, it says Frankie, and it has like a Barbie silhouette. In the corner, it says Scream Age Fashion Model. Right there in the inner corner, there are some fashion designs. And in the middle, obviously, is Frankie herself with her solo in the spotlight dress on the side. This doll retails for $75. I honestly thought Mattel was going to charge $80 because it's their 80th anniversary. I am excited to have this doll regardless, but I do think she should have been $50. And if you were curious, this is what the back of the box says. She just fell out of her box. That is the first time that has ever happened to me. The fuck? It is now time to unbox the Barbie Frankie. I have been waiting months to do this, and I'm super excited. So let's do it together on my birthday and see what she's giving. And guys, the Barbie Frankie is out of her box, and oh my god, she is so pretty in person. I can't believe I'm actually holding this doll. But before we look at Barbie Frankie herself, I am going to show you everything that this doll comes with, and then we can move on to looking at every little detail that this doll has. Firstly, she came with the Monster High doll stand. She comes with her solo in the spotlight dress, a pair of these little mesh sleeves, this little black handkerchief that has white hemming, and the Barbie cat eye sunglasses. She also comes with a certificate of authenticity, but I left it in the box because I don't care. Anyways, let's start looking at the head and move all the way down to the toes. So one thing I'm actually really glad that they did on this Frankie is give her the side glance, because the original Barbie also had a side glance, which you can see on my number 4 here. She is looking to the side. She is a little bit of a jump scare compared to Frankie. I'm honestly glad to see my two favorites mixing, but wow, what a stark difference. Frankie does have saran hair, and it is in a ponytail. It does kind of feel like the Honka Tour saran hair, which isn't the best, but I am going to boil wash it in another video, so you'll see how it comes out afterwards. But it does feel pretty thick. It just needs a boil wash and maybe even a curl at the end. Now, I kind of wish that the ponytail was just like the original Barbie length, which would have gone up to the shoulders. So I might do that on one of my Frankies. Who knows? Frankie also has these bangs. She doesn't have the poodle bangs that the original Barbie has, which I also may add to this doll myself. And there's also a little piece of hair that is tied around the band, just like the original Barbie. Moving on to Frankie's face. She has some arched brown eyebrows. And as I mentioned, she is looking to the side, which is the first time Frankie's ever had a side glance. She also has the blue eyeshadow, and it is buffed out with some black, and she has her traditional blue and green eyes. She also has her little stitch on her cheek and a red orange lipstick, just like the original Barbie. Let me know in the comments what you think about her face. I honestly think it's a 10 out of 10. They did a really good job on this face. Frankie's also wearing some Monster High hoop earrings. wings, and they did chrome them up so they look like they're made of metal. And now we're gonna move on to Frankie's swimsuit. I can't really tell what the material of the swimsuit is made of, but it kind of almost feels like a really thick satin or something like that. But the ends are hemmed with black string, and the print on top of it is a white and black lightning bolt stripe motif, similar to the original Barbie's zebra print. It also has a little bit of embedded glitter into the black portions of the lightning bolt stripes, which I think is actually really pretty. And it just velcros off the doll, unlike the original Barbie, which it just slides on and off with no closure at all. This Frankie also has a little wrist tag like the original Barbie's, and it's also made of the same material, which is like a sticker paper. It says Genuine Frankie by Mattel, and it's in the Barbie font too, which is actually really cool. I actually thought this was going to be a hard piece of plastic, but I'm actually kind of happy that it's the same material as a vintage Barbie would have had, so that is really cool. Frankie also has her nails painted black, along with her toes as well. As for Frankie's shoes, they are a spin on the mules that Barbie wears, but obviously Monster High version. So they're black and have little studs in silver around the rim of the platform. The little strap is black and has some Frankie neck bolts on it, and the heel is just a giant Frankie skeleton that is chrome and really bulky. Not the biggest fan of the object that they chose to use for the Barbie heel, but definitely let me know in the comments what you think of Barbie Frank's shoes. Now that we pretty much looked at the swimsuit portion of this doll, let me get her into her solo in the spotlight look, and then we can look at that look. And here is Frankie in her solo in the spotlight dress. So right off the bat, I really do like the material that they use for the base of the dress. It is a bit thick and it has a little bit of stretch to it, which is great. I did put the dress over the swimsuit because I noticed that a few people had mentioned that the dress was a little bit saggy for the doll's body. So this outfit has an added necklace, which is just this plastic little lightning bolt instead of the pearls that the actual solo in the spotlight dress had. I would have preferred if they did like a molded pearl look, to be honest, because I just like that a little bit more. So I might make that myself, but definitely let me know what you think about the necklace down below. Then moving on to the physical dress, it's a sparkly black fabric and it does have a little stretch to it, as I mentioned earlier. This is a mermaid style gown. Now I'm not the biggest fan of these, but because it is replicating the solo in the spotlight dress, I'll let it slide for this one time because it makes sense here. They use a metallic silver thread to hem the top as well. The doll also comes with these black mesh sleeves. Honestly would have preferred if they did actual gloves because that would match the doll a little bit better. As you can see on the original, they had this little gloves. Now this is the 1995 reproductions. This is the look that the official fashion pack would have had. So I would have preferred that on the Frankie, but I have a fix for this coming up, so make sure to subscribe and you'll see what that is. I also rubber banded the little handkerchief into her hand. It is black and it has some silver threading around the edges. The original would have been pink, and then on the bottom it flares out with, it's a similar material to the Raven Dance Wednesday doll, which I'm not the biggest fan of this material. I would have preferred maybe just another layer of the meshing that they did underneath, kind of similar to what they did with the original doll, but it has at least 3 layers of fabric down here. So we have this one right here and then 2 layers of the mesh down below, and instead of an actual little ribbon flower, they did a plastic red rose that has a skeleton in the middle. I think the only thing I would really change about the dress is honestly just this top layer, but everything else is pretty fine on it. Let me know what you think about the dress down below, and if you have the original vintage one, let me know if it's any different from the 1995 reproduction or if it's a better quality than that. I would assume it's a better quality. But guys, I'm gonna get Frankie back into the swimsuit and we can end this video with my final thoughts. Okay guys, I put Frankie back into the swimsuit, and I also used that budget body that I did for my last Fanktober video as a mannequin because it's also got the same articulation as a basic Barbie. So this is a good option in case you don't want to buy 2 Frankies and you want to give purpose to maybe one of the budget reboot bodies. This is actually really good. Its only flaw is it can't wear the gloves because the hands are just too spread out and they don't come off. But anyways, I'm gonna push this aside. I'm very happy with this Frankie. I've been looking forward to another G1 release, and I feel like this was the perfect collaboration because Frankie was the first Monster High doll slash character and Barbie was Barbie, obviously. So combining both of them together, I think this is actually a really good collab, and I would love to see them do other Barbies as other Monster High goals. I could see like a totally hair Dracula Laura, or a Golden Dream Claudine, or a Peaches and Cream Laguna. Who knows? It'd be really cool to see some more Barbie looks introduced with some of the ghouls from Monster High, similar to how American Girl has been doing it with their line, which I also have the original Barbie American Girl doll that my friend Jules actually gifted me last year. So I am obsessed with #1 Barbie, if you could not tell, and it is a goal of mine one day to get that doll. She's worth almost $20,000, I think. Now, do I think this doll's worth $75? No. They're 2 Mattel brands collaborating. There's no licensing fee there, so it could have been an easy $50 doll, and I honestly feel like it probably would have been if the tariffs didn't happen, but that's another topic for another day. If you are interested in getting this Frankie doll, you can pre-order her still on Amazon. I'm going to link it down below. It is an affiliate link just in case. It also might pop up on the video, so you can tap that or tap the link in the description. But honestly, I give this doll a solid 8 out of 10. I think everything about the doll is She's fun. It has some fun callbacks to the original Barbie, and I just love both of those. If you're into the vintage Barbie, you'll be into this Frankie for sure. The only things I would want them to change about this doll is I would swap the necklace of the Solo in the Spotlight look with some like fake pearls. I would give the doll full-length gloves, and if that's not possible, maybe a second spare hand set, ones that are black, and then a sleeve just to make it look more glubby. I'm not really a big fan of the sleeves look, and I would just change that one layer on the Solo in the Spotlight dress just to be more cohesive with the other things. But other than that, doll is perfect to me. I think she's really pretty. But anyways, guys, I want to know what you think about this Frankie down below in the comments. There's also going to be a question of the video that you can answer as well. That's always pinned. But guys, this was a fun video for my birthday. I was originally going to do a cake decorating video with that Claudine G3 playset, but this doll just came at the most perfect time ever, and I'm really happy to be spending my birthday with you guys and doing it on this video. Can't wait to show you guys the hair video at the end of the week, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification so you get that. Make sure to like this video as well. It lets me know that you like my content. If you did not watch my new doll room video, it's also linked in the description down below. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at ZombieXcorn. If you want to add me on Roblox, it's the same username, just add an extra N to the end. And guys, I will see you guys in my next video. I can't believe I am 27 years old. I will see you guys later. But until then, bye!